It's still cold outside, but I'm really excited to get this put on. So we're gonna go ahead and work on that. Like we mentioned before, a lot of these steel cables use roller fair leads, but this one came with this really nice smooth powder coated one, so I'm gonna go ahead and use it. Now, it also came with these black bolts, which are really nice, but the problem is they're too short to fit on the fair lead and a mount. Obviously, your mount is gonna change that a little bit, but I mean, this is pretty thin, but this part right here is really thick, so these black included bolts, if they are for the fair lead, they're just not gonna work in my case. So I've got a little bit longer bolts, and I'm gonna go ahead and just mount this up right here. I think this is a Poison Spider fair lead bracket. It also elevates the winch up just a little bit. That's necessary on some bumpers, but I think on ours it'll be fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and mount this up on here, tighten all that down, and then we'll move outside and get this winch set up. I also think I'm gonna use this hook just for now, because I like it, and it came with it, so why not? So I'm gonna go ahead and put that on also, and we'll get this all outside, wired up. Should be really easy. Winches are pretty simple to put on. So there you go. Let's get started on this. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and get this mounted up. Winch installs are super easy. Basically, you have a positive and a negative that you have to run to your battery. Set this on top of your stand if you don't already have this built into your bumper, which obviously we don't, so we have to have a mount for the fair lead. And then you have your basic hardware. Your hardware usually comes with a nut that looks like a square, and it's got like a round part. That part's gonna face up and just slide into the 4 slots underneath your winch. From there, you're just gonna mount it all from the bottom. So first thing we'll do is set up, in our case, like I said, our fair lead bracket, which goes on top. I'm gonna set the winch on top of that and bolt it up. Ours are 9/16 bolts, so we'll get that mounted up real quick, and then we'll show you how to run the wiring. Alright, after you get everything mounted up from the bottom, it's all bolted on. Like I said, we got the new fair lead right here, got the new winch line running out. Already got the cable all jacked up, which I was really not looking forward to. Like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and use this hook. I'm gonna have it face down just because it's easier to hook on and stuff, and if it dangles, it'll still be looped on. They have the cotter pin up top, so I'm gonna flip this over so the cotter pin's on the bottom. That way, if this does fall out, the cotter pin won't slide out completely. So just get that hooked on there, mounted up here just now temporarily, so I can get it all bolted up and turned on and rewound. So we'll do that real quick, come right back at you. It got super cold and windy, so I had to come back out here and refilm this another day. So basically what I ended up doing was just running my positive and negative wires underneath everything, came out over here, and then ran the positive to the positive side of the battery. The negative, I didn't like how it was on here because this is a cone shaped and it wasn't getting this tightened all the way. So I didn't like to run it there, so I actually just mounted it to the body, not right there, that's for the headlights. It is right there. So I just mounted it directly to the body, and that works just as fine. So if you can't get it to the negative side of the battery, mounting it to the body works just as well too. So then after everything's mounted up and powered, you can go ahead and test it out. It's been super foggy here, so everything is just soaked. But that's pretty much it. Super simple install, ready to get this on the trail and test out Warn's new VR10. No, they don't sponsor me. If they did, that would be awesome. But for now, there's a cool winch. Great price too. It's less than the Xeon and better quality than the VR10000 and 8000. I think it's just the newest version of that, but it's super cool and it looks good too. Anyways, we'll test this out soon and get this on the trails, pulling people out, probably myself too.